inside. It's Mobley. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Iamaleava turns it upfield. Can't get into the ground. And he's down with the 41. That's a first down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. He misses this man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
2nd and long here. Quarterback changing the play. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Got the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I mean, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down and throw early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something. And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Notre Dame comes to the line that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Ready, go.
From the gun, it's Mobley. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Pass rush, cutting after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
They've got some serious work to do to keep that last one from messing up this drive. 2nd and 19. Iamaleava on the play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can spell the touchdown from here.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and the level the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Mobley. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Wide receiver comes in motion. Throwing, Imaliava. Left side, it's Mobley. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting him on the ground.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal.
Ready. 180. Return. Over. Chip. Right. Run. Ready to go.
Third down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking for space. It's Chroma. That's 20. He's got space. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great seminal running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Might as well give it to him again. He chose him to step up. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
This is a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle himself.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Jackson gonna throw it. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. Third and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. They're all over it. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the second quarter. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. And the punt will hit the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started.
get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. The give on the counter. And he could not get loose on the run.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Now looking for that first down on third and short from the 26. He's changing the play. Saying in the gun on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it.
Here we go. Ready. 129.
Iamaleava to throw for it on 4. That's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Scoop and score. Touchdown Seminoles. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Making the adjustment. Iamaleava. Out wide left, it's Gilbert. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Just smothered on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Looking left. Just excellent technique by this receiver. Working the sideline. Great footwork to stay in bounds.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Dome wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day. And all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it. And I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so...
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. That'll be first down. Notre Dame comes to the line. That last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Mobley. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the red zone, it's Young. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Throwing, Iamaleava. Got his man in middle. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Headed to the edge, it's Walton. They were all over it.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Long way to go on 2nd down. Changing the routes with his receiver. Iamaleava. Lets it go to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
And I know it's easy up here in the booth, right, guys? Like, make that catch, right? Get on the scoreboard. Haven't scored yet with this offense. You want him to make that play, but a nice job by the defense, man. Getting there on time, not letting him wrap that football up. That's a great job breaking on the football with good timing.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long.
over, over. Booster, booster. Let's go.
From the gun on third down, Iamaleava. Out wide right, it's Mobley. A big stop from this defense as they force a fourth down and a decision coming right now.
This defense really does a nice job playing with their eyes and pursuing the ball. They took away all of the quarterback's options down the field. When he finally checked it down, they rallied to him, made the tackle, now setting up fourth.
And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. That'll bring him to within 4.
And so many more times we're going to say go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick them up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Jackson will throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Here's a gift to Parker. Defense all over him.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can you pass rush, but you can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield and make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying to escape and get it himself. There he goes. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. It's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarter.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. And fires from to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Jackson gonna throw it. Taking a shot. Touchdown, no! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
It'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. On the run, it's Mobley. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellows, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Oregon taking on the Oregon State Beavers. And it's the Ducks with a complete demolition of the defense. They went over 70 points today. Safe to say the offensive coordinator could be in line for some head coaching jobs after a showing like this. That gets their record to 3-0 on the season. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the standings.
The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Looking for an alley. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Noles come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Jackson will throw. Escapes the pressure going right. He'll pull it down and run. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Pulls it and fires to the left. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
I tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers. They just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses it.
Second down to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. And to start that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Breaks sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is a huge drive for this offense, down 21-3 and needing to get back in the game. Quick give, it's Mobley. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that field fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. Fires to the wideout. Left side is Gilbert. Running free. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Grab behind the line. It's Alexander. He's stopped.
Well, the
secures it at the 30. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Bunch formation for these receivers. Inside, it's Mobley. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Throwing, Iamaleava. He's got it. Wrestled down at the 43 after getting 5. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Unloads to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
And that is absolutely not a surprise. Great job by the defense. And what did they do? They doubled. Palmer, you got a #1 receiver out wide that we know they're going to force feed. How do you take it away? How do you send those double teams? What kind of coverages do you mix up? But a lot of attention early on that young man.
Yeah, and I think for the quarterback, David, that's one you've just got to give that one to the defense and say, good call. You doubled my best receiver. I got to go somewhere else with the football. You're going to get opportunities to throw this guy the ball. He's one of the best in the entire country. You just got to be a little bit more selective and find those one-on-one matchups.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Iamaleava. This time it's complete.
Nice patience by the quarterback here. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window. He did that right there.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Wide receiver going in motion. Iamaleava to the air again. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. Fires to the middle. Right side, it's moving. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistle? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs in it.
Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. It's Mobley. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. operating in the red zone here on second down.
Ready, ready. Flight 29, flight 20, ready, go.
Looked at him, he knew what I saw, I knew what he saw. We're on the same page, we've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Running inside, it's Croma. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? Think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Second and 8. Got him on the RPO. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And that's a great play call by the offensive coordinator because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. You're getting your running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
The Seminoles will snap it on first and 10. The option, he'll keep it. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with second and 13. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. On the delay, it's Parker. They stopped him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. And the Seminoles will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. So the offense picks up 15 yards after an egregious blunder on special teams. They come to the line with a minute to play in the opening quarter.
Ready, ready. Red 80. Red 80. Check, check, check. 28, 29 belts. 28, 29 belts. Go, go.
Throwing, Imaliava. Fires to the wide out. Out wide, it's Alexander. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Iamaleava. Throws to the wideout. Misses receiver there, it's incomplete.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
They don't need a bunch on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period.
Ready? Like 88. Ready, go.
From the gun on third down, Iamaleava. Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Fourth down and 12 is four-down territory for this offense. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And they'll have two left to work with here in the first half. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And they'll have two left to work with here in the first half. Notre Dame looking for this fourth down conversion.
Here we go. Ready. Run.
Making the adjustment on the play.
Level. Square. Ready, go.
Fourth down, Iamaleava. Looking for a huge play. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
And that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down. opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that. They've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run. And the Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. Jackson gonna throw it. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
This quarterback right now is in the groove, and he's doing a nice job of increasing. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in the groove right now.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got the quick pass. Turning it on. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Well, on a lot of 3rd downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that 3rd down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
From the gun, it's Croma. Powers through the defender. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. This time they'll throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Parker.
Yeah, and you see they keep creeping the running backs out. Flag right there. He slips him out to the right. Gets him the football quickly. But this defense, man, I'll tell you what, you talk about speed, seeing things, reacting, and going and getting them on the ground. Really nice job.
3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Iamaleava. Outside is Grant. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation. Beautiful.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. Motion from the wideout. The run inside. It's Chroma. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Second and long here. They give it back to him. Really good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yards.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Sees an alley. Oh, he's got some space. And he's able to pick up the first down just inside the 50 at the 49.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Chroma. Defense played the wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And they head to the